What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn here. Welcome back to the next video on the channel. Today, this video is sponsored by Com2Us, and we're going to be jumping into the new game that's available down in the description right now. It's free to download. We have Skylanders Ring of Heroes. Now, this game is really interesting, and I'm going to be teaching you guys the basics of it so you can get an understanding of what you want to do when you download this game. It's a turn-based game that also has a mana system built into the battle system, and I really like that. It's super unique. It's incredibly unique. There's type advantages, disadvantages. We're going to be covering all of the basics so you guys can build and level up, progress, get through the game, and build the best team of Skylanders you can. So I'm gonna be jumping into the overarching story mode right now. We're gonna go into the Infernal Volcano, the third world, and I'm gonna go to 3-6 here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear out my team, because when you go to this screen, this is gonna be where you build your team, and I wanted to start from here. Right now, I have 6 Skylanders available to me. We're gonna be hopefully getting some more towards the end of this video. I do have some gems I can go ahead and spend on summons, which is part of progression. So you're gonna go ahead and pick your team here. For me, I like to lead with Spyro. Spyro is my leader. When you click him though, when you edit him, you can remove him. And when you add him, you can click his skills underneath his portrait. And you can see Spyro only has 2 skills. I can unequip them, so he has no skills, and I can equip them. The reason why that's important is because some Skylanders have more than 2 skills. You can see here, it says Dragon's Fire level 1, it targets 1 enemy, and endurance -2. We're gonna be going over exactly what endurance is, but just know that if your opponent runs out of endurance, they stumble and they can't do anything for a set period of time, and you can really take advantage of that. That costs 2 mana, which is kind of the built-in mana system you guys are gonna see, and has a cooldown of 18 seconds. Shoots a ball of flame at enemy, 80% chance to gain defense up for 2 turns. So you really want to know all the information on your skills, what they're going to do. So this has an 80% chance to increase your defense, so it probably will increase your defense for 2 turns. And then Sprint Charge only costs 1 mana and grants damage share on all allies. So damage share basically means that you're going to share the damage that you take. Anytime you have a question really quick and you see a word like this, you can go into the help menu in the top right of the home screen, go into help, and there is a chock full of information. You can look at everything, skill cues, all this stuff. I highly advise you dive into this. Whenever you feel like you have a question, you're going to find the answer in there. Anyway, let's go back to World 3-6, Infernal Volcano. Nice. So we have to finish editing our team. So we're gonna click edit. And for me, as much as I really wanna add this new creature that I have, he's only level 3 and I haven't had a chance to apply potions and level him up. We'll be going over that though in a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and add our Stealth Elf. Now she's an example of someone that has more than 2 skills. So right now I have Poison Spores, costs 2 mana, fires poisonous fog at the enemy with the highest attack. So it's automatically gonna target the enemy with the highest attack, which is good because she wants to focus on getting rid of the strongest enemy possible. Then Blade Slash slashes an enemy twice. A Rampage which attacks all enemies will be activated with a bonus hit when crit hit lands. So when she crits, she's gonna hit everything, which is great. This costs 4. So right now this is the most costly mana skill move. I could use stealth level 1 to gain stealth for 1 turn. I'm not going to do that right now. We're going to go ahead and leave that as is. And then our final Skylander we're going to add is Splat. She's newish to me, so I'm not super familiar with all of her skills yet. I did spend some potions on her though. Attacks an enemy with a giant paintbrush. So 2 mana, cooldown is 18 seconds, removes 2 endurance, and it removes 1 buff from the random enemy when under a mystery. And then you have Heave Hue, inflicts damage on an enemy and attacks a random enemy. So it attacks the one that you're targeting and then it'll attack a random enemy. Deals a bonus hit on attacked targets, which ignores 30% of target's defense when attacking under mystery. And then of course the third skill that I could be using is Die Hard, which costs 5 mana. Inflicts damage on an enemy if under mystery, casts defense down on the target for 1 turn. So it's going to lower their defense. So something that would be poor to do, in my opinion, would be to have both of these skills on. They both cost 5 mana, and the total mana crystals you can carry is 10. So you're not going to want to do that. We're going to keep our Artisan Arts and Heave Hue. Now, you can add Spectators, which are just going to be Skylanders that kind of do just... Oh, no, you don't want to do that. I just took one of my team members off. We're going to add our nice little Fire Pup, and we're going to add... he was with me for so long. He's already level 19. And now for companion, this is the final step of building your team. This is kind of an enemies that you unlock and that you can summon for that will actually aid you in battle, which I think is really cool. I've been favoring our Broccoli Head here because I like Broccoli Head. His name is Broccoli Guy. I call him Broccoli Head. All right, don't mess with me. I can actually power him up right now, but we're not gonna go over that just yet. That's part of progression. So we're gonna start this battle and I wanna showcase you guys the actual battle system. We're gonna pause in the beginning, so I want you guys to take a look at the bottom of the screen without the battle going on too much. You can see that I have all my skills down here, and that bar on the bottom that says 5 out of 10, that's our mana. Mana is constantly generated every second. You're always getting new mana, but you want to make sure you're being mana efficient with your attack. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to click cancel because I'm not going to exit into the battle, and I'm going to go ahead and take off auto and double speed. So that those buttons in the top right are auto and double speed. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to progress. You want to click on the enemy. You want to tap on the enemy first that you want to target. You guys can see these are all fire element, which unfortunately our stealth elf is weak to. So we're not going to be able to do too much. Ooh, we did do a lot. Thankfully, because we're level 19. They're level 16. On the bottom left, I'm going to click a bunch of skills real quick. On the bottom left, you guys can see now, that's called the skill queue. This is the order in which things are going to happen. This is going to keep you kind of focused. If there's nothing in there on your side, it means that you're probably slacking. You want to make sure at least one of your porch is in here, because that means one of your teammates is waiting to attack. So right now, Spyro's going to be next first attack, and then Stealth Elf is going to go. And then the enemy is going to go after Stealth Elf. I don't know why that's hard for me to say right now. However, now you can see I have a whole queue up. I've got 3 of my units attacking before any of my enemies attack, and we're going to knock him down and progress to the next stage of the battle after we knock him down with Blade Slash. So that skill queue, you want to kind of know your team where you're like, okay, I know what move I want to set up first. For me, I want to go ahead and have my big move off first and get rid of the biggest enemy that I see because he's probably the strongest, judging solely by size. You can see also above the skills, a number comes up. That's saying, hey, where it's gonna lie in the skill queue. First Spyro's gonna go, then our Stealth Elf, then our Artisan, our Paintbrush user. So, as long as you have some number up, some queue going, you should be okay. If you didn't click an enemy first or tap on an enemy first, it'll auto target for you as far as what enemy to attack. We're gonna go ahead and knock him down though and go to the final stage of this battle after we get one more blast. You can see he get knocked down because he ran out of endurance. So there's a lot of little attributes. Okay, we have 2 big boys here. There's a lot of little attributes to this game that I like. There's endurance to knock down enemies. There's type advantages and disadvantages. I don't have any water element Skylanders on my team right now. Otherwise, this would be a breeze. That's a huge tip for you guys as you're progressing through the game. If you know you're in a certain world that focuses on a certain element, which most of the worlds always do. We'll go over that on the title screen again, or on the world map again. Then it's going to be important to bring Skylanders that can go ahead and take on that world. So collecting and training up a bunch of different Skylanders and trying not to focus on a specific type is going to be really useful for you. You can see we only have, knocked him down, and that's going to be Stealth Elf level 20. Reached. Claim your rewards in collection. Nice. So at level 20, you gain some rewards. That's awesome. We gain 2 level up, and we actually had a Portal Master level up. That's awesome. Energy increased to 54. Sweet. And you get some rewards. So these rewards are important. They're going to be different items. A soul stone containing smoke screen soul fragment. Soul stones are how you actually collect and unlock / summon Skylanders. And that's going to build your collection and help you strengthen your team. Don't worry if you get duplicates. Duplicates of Skylanders are important to help you strengthen them even further. Let's go ahead. We've seen the battle system. I do want to show off the battle system at least one more time, but we're going to jump back into that in a little bit. For now, I kind of want to focus on our Skylanders. So progression comes from obviously working your way through the adventure. You guys can see this is what I was talking about with the overworld. There's looks like 10 main worlds. I'm obviously only on world 3, but the first world focused on grass. Second one was water, or I should say forest. I believe it's forest. Then there's water, and then forest, and then it keeps going and going and going. So if you want to know how to build your teams for the adventures, you can go ahead and go into Skylanders. We can click on one of these. Go into, nope, that's gonna be what people, this is cool. This is what people are actually saying about the unit. Which is cool because you can see they'll give you advice on if the unit's good, if it's not, who pairs well together, whatever. But if you click this right underneath add, this is gonna bring up the element relations art. Now, you can see this is gonna be the giant chart. I actually prefer this. Right now, it automatically went onto Spyro's magic. So magic is his element type. He's weak to water, and he's weak to tech. But he's strong against air and he's strong against undead. There's a total of 10 elements. I really love this side of the chart because it's just light and dark and they're strong and weak against each other. Light beats dark and dark beats light. So I really like that. And then you can go ahead and see all the different elements that you're weak to. You have earth, we have, this is life, not forest, my apologies. Life, we have water, air, fire, and undead. So that's the 10 elements. And down here is kind of a little bit easier than the arrows if you just want to see, look, magic is strong against air and strong against undead, but it's weak against water and tech, which is interesting. So anytime you have a Skylanders and you're building your team, one of my biggest tips is going to be to pay attention to your element type. Of course, before we continue, I want to say thank you so much to Come To Us for sponsoring this video. So knowing your element types is going to be very important. It's a very familiar, I would call it systems, very familiar systems to have in place for an RPG. But of course, the mana crystals and the real-time strategy is very different from anything I've played before. I really love the mana system, man. So sidetracking aside, when you're building a team, you really want to know your element type and not have too many weaknesses and cover your weaknesses. So if I know that I'm going to use Spyro a lot, right? And Spyro is weak to water and tech, then I want to have things that beat water and tech. And for me, it looks like life beats water and tech, earth beats water and tech. So earth looks like it would be really good, and so does life, because magic can beat undead, and both of these are weak to undead. So there's definitely a synergy to the element relation. So on my team, I really want to have life and earth to cover up Spyro's weakness. Then of course, Spyro's going to cover their weakness, at least one of their weakness, because actually it covers both of their weakness. That's awesome. So magic and life are really good together. Use this chart to build very synergetic teams. You really don't want to have 3 magic users, because then if you go up against someone that's using all water or using all tech, you're going to be dunzo funzo. So you don't want to do that. You want to cover your weaknesses. Very, very important. So for me, I would probably, my ideal team, if I had every Skylanders available to me, I would probably want to run magic, earth, and then a light or a dark, because this, you don't have to worry too much about typing. You're just weak to one, but you're strong against that thing you're weak to. So it's just going to be a battle of wits at that point. Actually, you're not weak against the other. You're just strong against the other. So that's good. These have no weaknesses if you look at the bottom chart. That arrow is not a double-sided arrow. It's not a two-way street. It's a one-way street. So that's really, really good. With that in mind, use your elements to your advantage, right? You want to use a magic user to attack into an undead. When you're in battle, you want to go ahead and target down what you can. Now, I don't have any water Skylanders, so Shady, how are you going to get water Skylanders? Well, the way you get new Skylanders is you collect soul stones. You can collect soul stones throughout the game by completing adventures. If you go ahead and click on any adventure, you can actually click drop info, and you can see that in this Infernal Volcano, Hot Dog, an incredible name, by the way, soul stones are going to drop. So I own 91 of them currently, and you can keep collecting them by getting drops by running through these events over and over and over again. Of course, you can change the difficulty from normal to easy to hard. You see some really, this is a heroic drop, Smolder Dash. Of course, I can't do hard because I haven't completed easy and I haven't completed normal. So running through the difficulties is going to be one way of progression. There's so many different ways of progression. So progressing through the story that way is really good. You can get soul stones and get drops. Another way you can get stones is, in a familiar way, is to summon. So we can summon soul stones. I'm actually going to drop for an ultra premium summon because I've been doing quests and grinding out gems. So we have enough to do at least 2 more summons right now. I've already done 2 off screen just to prepare for this video. But this is going to guarantee 5 heroic and 5 legendary soul stones. So let's go ahead and we're going to jump to this. So when you do these summons, you get your soul stones, and then you're going to see there's an option to actually summon the Skylanders. Let's go ahead and tap away. We got Lightning Rod. We have Zulu. It's a cool Skylander. Kaboom. Oh, okay, so Kaboom's gonna be our big one. We just got 32. So we're gonna be able to summon him right away, essentially, because you need at least, I don't know if it depends, but I'm pretty positive you need at least 20 soul stones to summon. We're gonna summon you. You guys can see summon Kaboom now. Let's summon Kaboom now. He's gonna be a fire element, so he's not the water element I'm looking for, but he is sick. Okay. Attack 42, defense HP 173. Okay, he's a 2-star right now. Now, when it comes to those 2 stars, you can actually go ahead and, oh, it looks like I needed 25. I needed 25 to summon that one. So it depends on the rarity of the Skylanders. Or Skylander, I should say. So I can actually summon our Slam Bam. You can see that he's up front and he has an orange star next to him, and I have enough soul stone to summon him. And he's water. He's exactly what we need for this current world. Wow, that's pretty dang lucky if you ask me. He's got, look at Slam Bam, dude. He's got abs. He's got abs. 4 stars. Okay, so when it comes to leveling up and progressing your Skylanders, now you've gotten a Skylander you want to level them up and progress that way. You can go ahead and use potions. You can see right now he's level 1 out of 50. If I go ahead and use potions, I have these premium potions which are actually going to be, since I'm going to use this guy, I'm going to use a bunch of them. Let's bring it up to level, let's use 20 of them. So this is going to cost potions which you collect throughout the game by doing adventures and quests and what have you, and then it's going to cost gold. So that's one way to progress your Skylanders. Now he's level 13. He was just level 1. Now he can play with the big boys. Of course, they also will gain level by battling. You saw that our stealth elf actually leveled up just by battling, so you don't need to use potions in order to level them up this way. However, once you do level them up, you can see you can then go ahead and evolve. They need to be max level, and then you need to go ahead and dump more soul stones into them in order to evolve. That's why dupes don't matter. If you get more soul stones are great to get. They're definitely great. So if you find any units that you like that you can grind out in the adventure mode, definitely do that. Awakening, of course, this is once again more soul stones and then specific items. Or water ore medium and water ore large can be found in the stored dimension. So anytime you go and you're wondering, how am I going to do this? How am I going to awaken, or how am I going to evolve? You can always click on that item. Just tap on it and you'll be able to see what you need to see. It can be found in distorted dimensions. It's gonna be able to show you exactly where you need to go. Runes is another way to power up your Skylanders. This is just a defense plus 10. I kind of like that. So we're gonna just go with a straight up natural equip. Beautiful. You can also click on a rune and then power it up. The max mins in this game are out of control. We can power it up. Now defense is plus 13. We can power it up again. Right now, it's only costing me 90 gold per power up, so it's totally worth doing this. You guys can see I have 170,000 gold right now from playing. So gold seems to be very, very, if you play, you'll have it. The other way to power up your Skylanders is going to be to power up their skills. Now, I don't have the small ores that I need. I need to go to the distorted dimensions to go ahead and grind those out at this point. But there's so many different facets to progressing your Skylanders. As you're doing that, your team is going to be getting stronger. You're going to be building better teams because of that core of Skylanders. I personally would like to pick my 3 Skylanders and then focus on those 3 if I can. Like, I want to go ahead and grind out the ores. I want to grind out the soul stones if they're grindable in the adventure mode or in any mode. I want to go ahead and power up my runes and collect new runes. A lot of different max min progression in this game, and I really like that. We're going to go ahead and try. We're going to see if I can actually take on the chef of spices. I'm going to be editing my team though. We're going to go ahead and drop our, actually we're going to, let's see, if I go ahead and click on more info for you, I can actually see that you are not weak to fire. So I'm going to keep you on the team. Let's see what is weak to fire. If we go ahead and go to all elements, fire is strong against air and it's strong against undead. Okay. So we don't have to worry about that too much. In that case, we're just gonna go ahead and take you and throw you on as our 4-star. He only has 2 skills available right now, 2 active skills, so we don't gotta worry about changing anything. Yeti's punch swings fist at enemy, deals a bonus hit if HP is 30% or lower when attacking. That's cool. So he goes in rage mode when you don't have a lot of HP, and fires an ice wave at an enemy and casts freeze for 3 turns. Wow, and that costs 5. So that's gonna be another 5 spot. So we're gonna remove our one that had a 5 spot as well. Let's jump in and see if we can take on this final boss of this world. Okay, let's focus down you. Oh, he's got water over here. Oh my gosh, that stinks. Let's go ahead and use our biggest move on you. Let's target down. Oh man, I'm trying to jump in this cube. I don't have mana. See, that's the thing. I'm at 0 mana right now, and I was tapping, trying to get in there, and I can't. Okay, we have 2 mana again. This guy has no health. We're gonna use our Spyro move that only costs 1. That's great. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna use that move. Actually, I'm gonna use that move. That's another thing that's very important that I haven't touched on. When you fall an enemy, when you kill an enemy, you gain mana. Like, so you gain a bunch of mana. So if you have an enemy that's low on HP and you're low on mana, target that enemy down and you'll gain a bunch of HP once you remove them from the battlefield. This is, oh my gosh, he's so big. Oh, let's go like this for the queue. We're freezing him. Nice, we're gonna jump back into the queue. You can jump into the skill queue even if you don't have the mana available, if you know the moves that you wanna do. But just remember, if you click a move, you're at 0 mana and you click a move that costs 5, I'm gonna have to wait a while. Like now this is the first thing in the queue. I'm gonna have to wait a while. I'm gonna tap it again to get rid of it so we don't wait that long to use it. Of course, if you want to speed up the battles, you can go ahead, not auto, you can go 2 times speed, which is going to literally speed up the battles a bunch. So I only advise doing this if you're really hands-on focused. We're going to take a lot of damage here, but Ice Person's going to pop off. Oh, and you can see he ran out of endurance, so he's down on the ground. And I think that our super effective fist, that's not going to be enough. Let's just go with Spyro. Little tap. No, we got it. Blades reached level. Blades 20 level reached. Awesome. Get ready for one order of Chef Pepper Jack. Well done. With some extra victory sauce on top. The text in this game is pretty funny. It's got some pretty good character to it for sure. With that though, that's gonna be your second battle. And I think I've shown you guys a lot when it comes to the battle system, when it comes to progressing your Skylanders, summoning new Skylanders, and tips as far as making sure you cover your weaknesses. That's the biggest thing I can say. Cover your elemental weaknesses and invest in my opinion, invest in a couple of Skylanders, make them really, really strong. And then, like I said, you're gonna need more types. Don't focus on just one type because you wanna cover those weaknesses. With that, I wanna thank Com2us so much for sponsoring this video. Really, really couldn't be here without them. Thank you so much. This game is a lot of fun. I highly advise you download it in the description. Of course, as we do with every single piece of sponsored content, I totally forgot to mention this, so if you made it all the way to the video, you're one of the lucky few. I'm gonna be giving away $100 gift cards, or I'm sorry, two $50 gift cards. We're giving away $100 worth of gift cards in this video. All you have to do is be subscribed to the channel, leave a like on the video, and leave a comment down below letting me know what your favorite Skylander is that you saw in today's video. For me, it's not still Spyro, it's my new bone dragon that I have yet to use. But hopefully in the next video that we come through, I'm gonna be using him and he's gonna be tough. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and get the hashtag out of here. Have yourselves a fantastic day, but above all else, keep it shady.